Having a baby, whether it's your first or your third or your fourth, is the most profound life-changing experience. And for some people, they have their baby and things just unfold nicely. Of course, they have hiccups along the way, that's life, but they tend to be able to roll with the punches, and overall, they really enjoy parenting and find that they're coping really, really well. But that isn't the experience for a lot of people, not just women, but also men as well. Sometimes their expectations of how it's going to be are very, very different from how it actually ends up being. And women and men do come to our service because those expectations aren't being met, because they feel as though they're not coping, either in their new role as a mother or father, or they're not coping with the additional child if they're already parents, or their relationship is somehow suffering now that they've got added demands on them of this tiny little baby. I think the first thing when I think about people that come and see me for those particular issues is, or people who are worried that they're not coping, is to, I guess, have a bit of a think about, am I not coping today or am I not coping every day? Because it is such a life-changing experience. There are going to be, without a doubt, times when you would probably say, I'm not coping. That's really, really normal. But if it's something that's happening repeatedly, then that's when you maybe need to look at doing something different in your life. One of the first things I would encourage people to do, though, is to look at why they're not coping. Have a bit of a think about it. Is it that they're asking too much of themselves? Are they expecting themselves to be this kind of brilliant natural parent, which most people do, and then also keep this really tidy house and then see their friends and do all the things they used to do before they became a parent? And if they realise they are expecting too much of themselves, then they can adjust some of those expectations and they will not feel so overwhelmed. Talking with parents and loved ones and partners is also really important, and that can make the difference as well. But if all those kind of small steps aren't adding up enough to feel as though, no, okay, I can do this and I'm travelling okay now, then it's really important to get some help. And there's a number of avenues, I guess, to do that. One of the ways, I guess, to begin the process of getting help is to find a psychologist yourself if you've seen one previously, or if you have friends or people get on the internet and do a bit of a search, you can certainly access it yourself. But a lot of people actually go through their GP or through their child health nurse and get some recommendations. And it's really important that whoever you're recommended to see does have some experience in helping new parents or second or third time parents with these particular issues, because not every psychologist does. And then I think, you make your first appointment, and sometimes people feel anxious about that and they want to bring their partner, or they want to bring a really close friend, or even perhaps, their own parent along, because they are feeling so overwhelmed. Whatever you need to do, do it so that you can get to therapy and get the help that you need. And the other question that comes up when people think about then coming to therapy is, do I bring my baby or don't I? And some people simply have no other option to bring their baby. And so that's absolutely fine. We will definitely provide a service for women, even if they have to bring their baby and they're a bit distracted at times doing what they need to do to care for their baby. We want to help them have this wonderful relationship with their baby. We don't want to interfere with that. But a lot of mums do tell me that if they can organise it, it's actually really lovely for them to come to the session for the 50, 60 minutes and leave their baby with someone they trust and have that time for themselves and not have that distraction and feel as though they can really just think about themselves in that period of time. So do whatever works and whatever you need to do to be able to get into therapy. And once you're there, there's just so much that we can do to help you feel more comfortable in your mothering role, or if we're working with dads, feel more comfortable in their fathering role. And certainly we also try to really support the couple relationship as well. So, that's something that we can help with, and we encourage people to bring their partners if they're finding that there's a bit of friction between them as now that they've become new parents. So lots of different ways that we can help them. Loads of hope, and it won't always be overwhelming by any means. It's just important to kind of act on it sooner rather than later.